Survivor Series.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
I missed it.
The whole thing?
Mentally,
Yeah.
I did.
Where were you?
Oh, no, I saw it.
So can we talk about it?
If you want.
That's why we're here.
I mean...
If you don't want to do the show, we don't have to do the show.
Oh, no, what gave you that idea?
Well, see, because what happened was we missed Raw Talks Live because there was an emergency that had to be taken care of, so I had to take care of that. So we didn't have Raw Talks Live. But now we need to review Survivor Series Live because that's what we do.
I know.
We're here for the day dance. We're back after our slight absence from Monday.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I feel like you're not fully committed right now.
You say that every fucking week, and then I just show you, you know. Let's just do the show.
I'm ready to do the show.
Let's do it.
Just share the link?
I'm sharing it right now.
Just got to come up with a headline. Click that share button. We're good to go.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I'll give you a second.
Well, see, I can't go until you share it, and then the second you share it,
I've shared it everywhere. It's everywhere.
I know.
Okay. Go ahead.
And now you're distracting me because you keep saying that.
We got some Dan-Dans in the chat already. We're here. They're ready to go. They're not fucking around. You know what I'm saying? We got
that.
Jazz James in the chat, the #1 Dan-Dan. We've got Adam DeVries, a.k.a. The System, in the chat, who was one of the few remaining members of 616entertainment.proboards.com.
Really? Is that few?
There was a mass suicide.
What happened?
A bunch of losers decided they didn't want to be losers on this website anymore.
I wouldn't know.
They want to go be losers on other websites. You know what I mean?
If you didn't bury it 24/7.
Maybe if it wasn't a piece of shit, I wouldn't bury it.
Oh.
I don't bury the content we make because I don't feel like most of it's a piece of shit. Unlike, shitty movie reviews, that show's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but that's
and
the point.
we make sure that show is a piece of shit.
That's supposed
that show's such a piece of shit, you don't even want to do it.
Well, because sometimes when we do a show where I'm taking a shit on the toilet, or we're doing a Monopoly match, and then like everyone just tells me to get fucking naked, I go home at night and I lie awake and I think I'm just a fucking clown and nobody respects me as a man, and I'm just a fucking monkey who takes shits and takes the shirt off. And so sometimes I don't want to do that.
Do you think you've come too far and do you think you can repair your image? Or do you think... So then when someone says get naked, I think you should embrace it and just get fucking naked.
I think I can repair it somewhat.
By what? By letting people down?
By letting myself not down.
By keeping yourself up?
Yeah.
Okay. For the Dan-Dans who don't know, this is normally WWE Raw Talks Live, where myself, name of Ian, and the artist formerly known as Mike Charles, we watch a wrestling event, usually Raw, this time Survivor Series, match by match, promo by promo, segment by segment. We review the whole thing. For all the Dan-Dans who are watching, we talk about it together in the chat. They're in the chat. We look at what they say. We answer their questions. They give us topics and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a good time. We have fun.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take things too seriously around here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But we can't start the show until
brown gloves or something like that.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves. Does everyone have brown gloves? Oh, dude.
See, when the pay-per-views come around, this is one of those special occasions where we're doing a show now, and 24 hours from now we'll be going live again.
I know.
With another show. And I know you're fucking stoked about that.
Oh. It's all right. I don't have to work tomorrow.
So the last time we hung out on a Sunday night and we stayed out kind of late and we went to a concert, the next day you texted me and you're like, dude, I can't do Sunday nights anymore.
Because there's like a weird mental thing that once we like are active on Sunday night, I can't sleep. Like I lay awake all night. I don't know why.
Do you try anything to fix that? Do you drink sleepy time tea or melatonin?
See, the problem is that like sometimes I'll take like a Tylenol PM. But the problem is when we're out, we get home at like midnight. And then I have to be up in 6 hours, so I'm not going to take a Tylenol because I'm then be like fucking medically drowsy the next day because it hasn't worn off yet. I need to give myself time to sleep if I'm going to take that.
So we're going to talk to the chat real quick. Can you read System's first comment there?
No, I don't know. I'm not going to say that.
Sam Fricky says the world title match was 9 fucking minutes. 9 minutes.
I know.
Complete bullshit.
Well,
I'm going to defend it a little bit because I think it makes a little bit of sense. But System says people pay to see people get naked on camera.
yeah, but that's not the man I thought I would be when I grew up as a boy. So, you know.
But now that you're grown as a man, this is who you are.
But I still don't see myself as that. I see myself as a more respectable man. And then when I look at myself on the YouTube, I'm like, this isn't me, guys.
On the YouTube. You don't like yourself on the YouTube.
Not necessarily. I mean, not all the time. Just when I take my pants off and my shirt off and be silly and stupid, and I'm like, I should be like a Harvard professor by now. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be that. That's lame.
You've got a great shirt, but we're not going to talk about your shirt right now.
Not yet. We'll get there.
We're going to talk about the A story. But the A story tonight starts with the wrapping up of the semifinals of the world title tournament. So we're just going to start at the top of the show and go from there with the importance level. So we've got Roman Reigns versus Alberto Del Grango.
That's not his name.
What is it?
Say his name right.
Alberto Del Fandon.
It's Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Ringen.
Close enough.
Okay.
Can move on.
Randy Ramonson versus Roman Reigns takes on Del Rio. And it was super predictable.
Yeah.
If you had $8 billion and someone said to you, you can bet all $8 billion on this match, and if Roman wins, we will quadruple your money, would you bet all $8 billion?
I don't have the option to bet less.
No, it's every single dollar you have.
For the sake of the argument, yes. In real life, I probably wouldn't. Just because of the 1% chance that I would lose $8 billion. And $8 billion, I don't even need more. Like, what could I
guess it's not like smart money says just don't do anything.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
There's no reason to risk that much money ever on anything.
But that's what I'm saying is this wasn't even a risk.
That's why I said for the sake of the argument, I said yes. But if we're being real.
Okay, so we're talking about the match. We got Roman and Del Rio. I want to know what the Dan Ants thought about this match. It was all right.
It was fine. Yeah, it wasn't bad. But
it was super predictable, which takes away the element of any sort of surprise.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start with a complaint. The biggest complaint I have is fucking Roman Reigns.
Brought this up, yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Was it Facebook? You got a chat or something?
Oh, yeah. That's what that was.
Close that shit.
Roman Reigns does this roll-up move, and he's got a guy rolled up, and it's like, 1, 2, and then he picks the guy up and powerbombs him. What the fuck is he picking him up for? He's got a 2 count. He's got the 2 count. He's got all his weight on this guy. If he just keeps his weight on him, he could win.
Yeah.
But he decides to break his own pin and throw a fucking powerbomb at him. What are you doing? Can you tell me the logic behind this?
I think
Jace Plays Games, at Jace Plays Games on Twitter, has made it to the show.
Welcome, Jace.
He's been so busy lately, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to make time for all the things in your life, I guess.
Jace is here. I think it calls for celebration. Can you sing, 2 songs?
2 songs?
Yeah. How about 10 seconds of 1 song?
I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard.
That's enough. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
For real.
There wasn't a lot of flashy shit in this match.
No.
They went in. They went at it. It wasn't finisher, 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 big move, big move, big move. It's pretty, started slow, built up a little bit. They did the same old thing where someone jumps off the top rope and attempts nothing at all and eats like a Superman punch.
He just landed on his feet.
Yeah.
Like, what was he gonna do? Just land on his feet?
He wasn't gonna do anything. And there's the way Roman reversed Alberto's stomping move, like his feet are tied up and like Alberto stands over you, jumps down and stomps the shit out of you. And the way Roman reversed it was Alberto jumps and Roman wasn't there and Alberto hit the ground and hurt his knee. Like he's gonna land on his fucking feet anyway. Don't you think that that doesn't make a lot of sense?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. But this is wrestling.
Yeah, it was super predictable. I thought it was all right though. I wasn't mad at it. I don't think it was a piece of shit.
No.
What was your favorite part?
The end.
In the end?
No, the end of the match.
Oh, I thought maybe when I said in the end, you'd go back into that chorus because Jace liked it. He says a Linkin Park serenade. How did I get so lucky?
Well, on your birthday, maybe we'll sing to you again on a podcast.
That's a new thing on the podcast. Is every time we find out it's someone's birthday around the world, we sing to them. Holy shit! You know what? For 2 more hours, it's Villa Vala's birthday. I think we need to sing a song.
What do you want to sing?
What do you want to sing?
I don't care. It's your favorite man.
Yeah.
You should choose the song.
I think maybe we should sing. We're gonna come back to it.
All right.
We don't need to sing it right now.
All
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's fine.
We're gonna move on to the next part of the tournament. We got Dean Ambrose
versus Kevin Owens.
Jeans Ambrose versus Kevin Bowman.
Jeans ham roast is what I like to call him.
You tell me about this match a little bit.
It was better than the first one. There were some cooler spots.
Better than Roman Del Rio, you're saying?
Yeah, the first match of the night. There was some. It was faster paced. There were some more spots that I enjoyed. Some higher impact things. There was a part where I can't remember. What did Kevin Owens say to Dean when he had him like in the submission? That's he pulled up a picture of Demi Lovato at what is this from?
Tara tweeted it. I think it's from the VMAs.
And it looks like it's photoshopped. Like it doesn't
not.
look real. She's making a real goofy face.
She said she likes the photo because it looks like her hands are twisted the wrong way because they're other people's hands that are in the photo.
Oh, really?
But they're in front of her, so it looks like her hands.
Oh, that is. I didn't even notice that. I thought they were her hands.
Nah, it's the little details. As you
are
were,
they
though,
hands from the 2 people?
They had to be because those are man hands.
The Max Landis.
Go ahead though. I got to pull away Twitter. If you can't pay attention.
Well, stop. You did that on purpose. You tried to distract me. Pull out pictures of them in Coop or something. What did Kev? There was something funny. I forgot to write it down.
He puts Dean in a chin lock and he's wrenching it.
Oh,
and he's like, "Chin lock city!" And then the ref goes, "What do you say?" Dean he goes, "He says yes."
So yeah, I liked it. Dean ends up winning with his finisher. I always forget what
the
it's
dirty
called.
deeds.
Yeah,
double arm DDT.
Yeah,
and he like swings his leg out and then he spikes him real hard.
Yeah, I know what it looks like. I always forget the name of it.
I thought the what made me nervous was Kevin Owens doing the like fisherman suplex thing where he like jumps forward off the second rope and smashes him. I haven't seen that move in a while. So when he grabbed him, lifted him, and then they like turned the wrong way, it made me nervous. I was like, "Oh God, they're gonna die!"
He has a botch or something.
I didn't know what was going on because it was a weird camera angle. I thought someone was. It's very cool.
I really like it.
I just thought someone was gonna get hurt, so that made me nervous.
But it was safe. No one got hurt.
I love the closing sequence in this one, where it was just like going for the Nigel, comes through, he misses it, goes for the thing, super kick. Oh, goes for the Nigel again, super kick again, into a 2 count.
What is the Nigel? I heard you refer to that.
The Nigel's when he goes through the ropes, leans back, comes back with the clothesline.
That's what I thought.
They call it the Nigel because this guy in Ring of Honor, Nigel McGuinness, used to do that.
Okay.
And then he signed with TNA and they changed his name to guess what? Desmond Wolfe. TNA. They signed a new TV deal.
Really? With who?
The Pop Network.
What happened to their Destination?
Destination doesn't want them.
I've never even heard of.
No one has ever heard of the Pop Network.
I've at least heard of that other one, Destination.
I never heard of Destination until TNA signed with them.
No, I did.
What do you watch on that channel?
I've never watched anything. No, I've heard about it.
That's so fucking funny. This was a fun match. I liked Ambrose and Owens. But that leads us to the main event.
Ambrose
show.
versus Reigns. Dano Bano versus the ham roast.
Corrupt Catfish says, I hate life.
Don't hate life.
I don't know who Corrupt Catfish is, but I'm happy that he has joined us tonight.
Sheamus is
Sheamus is in
Holy
the chat.
shit.
Sheamus
The
is
new
here live with us.
WWE champion.
Spoilers! We
is-
didn't have time to talk about it yet.
It's the fucking title of the video.
When he looks at the title of the video, Sheamus is with us and he says, fella. And then he smiles all wide and says, fella! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the first time we've ever had the WWE World Heavyweight Champion with us live.
This
So if
is big.
Sheamus has something to say to us now, we would love to read it on the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
But we got to get to the main event, which is Roman versus Dean. And they're going at it.
Yeah.
Live. Hard.
live.
Guns blazing. 50 caliber ammo. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I feel like I got a sneeze cooking. But I
Don't-
feel like
don't
if I
sneeze in my
continue
face.
talking, maybe I can work through it.
Just get it out. There's no.
No, because I can control a sneeze. I'm not a pussy like Vince McMahon. There is no sneezing. You know what I mean? The shit's gone, by the way. I dominated it. Sam Fricke was quite upset about the fact that this match was the fact that it was only like 8 or 9 minutes long.
Oh. Yeah. I was very. We both kind of had the idea of what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
So obviously, but then maybe they should have cut some time in the started earlier. So like, because the main event was like 9 minutes.
And they go a little less. So they're like, fuck, they're desperate. They need to get in there. This is for the title. They're not going to fuck around with chin locks and throwing guys off the ropes. They're going for their finisher immediately because they want to win the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. But at the same time, it's also like
It's like the intro to Dead Island Riptide. When you're
dying life.
the good one. Dying Light, yeah.
But even that, like,
see, I didn't get that way. I fucking love Dying Light.
that's enough.
Oh, fuck. The world champion is quite upset with how bad our stream is doing right now. We're doing our best. It's not my fault. It's the Wi-Fi around here. If you don't know, we are in Oak Forest, Illinois, about 35-40 minutes on the outskirts of Chicago. We just got a lot of snow. Good.
Explain the other times this has happened.
Bad internet.
Okay.
What else do you want me to say?
I don't know. I'm just upset that we're letting our fans down. And our friends. Because you're all our friends, you know, right, guys?
There's 66 members, but there's like 7 people who post anything.
Really?
Yeah. Because all the fucking other jabronis left. They probably got together in a room and were like, oh, let's get off this board and go to another one where we can just be jerks to each other and do whatever we want. That is that. Dan, I apologize for the quality of the stream. Do we kill it? Do we kill it and come back?
I don't know.
Is that the move? There. Like, we could have figured that out a long time ago.
Fucking. That would have been nice.
Dan, I hope you're bearing with us through this bullshit as we try to figure out what exactly is going wrong. I mean, I don't have any downloads or anything going. Wait a minute. The network might be running in the other room. I don't think it is, though. Entertain the Dan while I figure this out.
All right, so he's going to check on the stream. It might have been left on. I hope not. That'd be quite embarrassing if we left the WWE Network streaming while we're trying to do our own stream about wrestling. So, Dan's, how have you been? I've been good. I don't have to work this whole week. I'm taking off a week for Thanksgiving, and I'm very excited. I'm going to sleep in till my heart desires. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I hope you're enjoying my beard and my hair.
You've got a really interesting way of entertaining people.
I'm just talking. What do you want me to do?
I just hear from the other room you say, "How you doing?" Nobody can speak back, and we don't even have to chat up.
So I still they don't want me to know how they're doing.
What? You're not gonna know, is all I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Every time you this always happens.
Mm-hmm.
You always say, "Oh, Vamp, entertain me," and then you just shit all over it every time. You're just like you're the worst. And then I don't know what to do.
Do you ever think that maybe when I say stuff, I'm trying to help, and then you just get all mad at me? See, now, like, part of this makes me think that the problem could be this computer, because the shit is working fine over here, because I can't even get the fucking window to come back up here. So fuck it. We're now going to talk to the chat over here. Let's check this out. What? You're not going to know, is all I'm saying. I think we're good. I think, Dan, are we good? Help me out. I've switched over to my laptop here, so now this is just here.
Was the network going?
No.
Or was it turned off?
But I completely unplugged my PS4.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was background downloading something.
I am not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Dan, let me know if we're good now. Let's talk to the chat real quick. Jazz James says, no, we're going to go back up a little bit. Gina says, fuck yeah, Sheamus. Sheamus has a big smiley face for that. Jace Plays Games says, Gina knows what's up. Sheamus goes, is it only me, fellas? Or is the live stream lagging? Jace says the stream's fucked right now. And Sheamus says, ha, kind of like Roman, right, Jace?
That's good. I appreciate it.
Sheamus is a funny guy. Like, I'll admit it. Just because you're here, I'm not going to kiss your ass. I don't like you, Sheamus. You kind of bore me. I'm not happy that you're the world champion, but I am happy that the case is now off of you and there's no more bullshit cash-ins. Here we go. We're getting there. Sheamus says, it's fine. He still loves us. Say Sheamus is the best. Not going to do it.
I'm not going to say that.
Not going to do it. They're telling us, fix it. Don't fuck with that. Don't fuck with anything. Sheamus says, yes, you're perfect. He says you're perfect, though, which is a big problem. Because it should be YOU''RE, perfect. You're perfect what? Your perfect sandwich? Your perfect sweater? You know what I mean?
It's not a sweater.
What is it?
It's a sweatshirt with a zipper.
I feel like sweatshirts don't have zippers.
I disagree.
Jace Plays Game says, hashtag artist lives matter.
Yeah, I hope.
Gina also corrected his grammar. So if you're going to be mad at me, you can go ahead and be mad at Gina too.
What the fuck did I say?
You made fun of me correcting his grammar.
I did not.
Sheamus says, but your internet was bad like Roman at Survivor Series. He says that we don't have to kiss his ass, but we do have to kiss his arse. I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to kiss any arse or ass.
Or ass.
Or butt creeks.
Nobody understands that.
I don't care.
That's all right. Did we finish talking about Roman versus Dean? It was a short match. Yeah. It was super spammy. Big move, big move, big move.
So Roman wins.
Roman gets the pin off a big spear and a 1, 2, and a 3. bum, bum, bum. And you know what was fucked up? Because all the ISIS rumors that were going on, I was like, if people started like shooting right now, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Because of all the pyro that's going off. You know what I mean? So that was kind of weird. They did start the show tonight with America the Beautiful, I believe.
They did.
The amazing Lily Garcia. What a great performance. But they ain't scared. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
They shouldn't.
WWE's like, you know what I'm saying?
Don't bother.
So Triple H comes out, tries to shake the hand of the new World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. Looks like we're having stream problems again. Looks like it came back a little bit. We need to figure this out. We need to get this sorted away.
I don't know what to do.
So Triple H comes out. He wants to shake the hand of one boy named Roman. What's Roman do?
He doesn't shake his hand.
What's he do?
He walks away from him and then spears the shit out of him.
What? That was... I didn't like that.
No.
Like,
You just won. Like, why? Like, I'm not saying you have to shake his hand.
Yeah.
But to spear your boss
Mm-hmm.
after you just won, it just... Yeah, it wasn't a very, like, babyface thing to do. He kind of made me feel like he deserved what happened to him afterwards because he was a dick about it.
Sheamus says it didn't matter if ISIS was there because John Cena was backstage.
I don't think he was.
The world champion said so.
He's a liar.
That's the heavyweight champion of the world.
And so everything he says is the truth.
All I'm saying is he was there. He was backstage. You weren't. If I'm going to believe someone, I'm going to believe the champ.
Why didn't he come out?
Because ISIS didn't come out. Had ISIS come out, John Cena would have been putting people through tables. You know what I mean?
I think if John Cena was back there, they should have brought John Cena out and said, "You are safe from ISIS because John Cena is here. Rest easy, my friends. You are all under the watchful eye of Cena."
I don't think you can show your hand, though. I think you play it close to the chest.
No, but it makes everybody feel comfortable.
I didn't like Roman spearing Triple H.
No.
I thought that was stupid. But the referee ruined the Sheamus surprise
Of course.
because Triple H... What is happening over there?
Again, texts.
Is it Gina? Tell her to fuck off. Tell her to be in the chat.
Yeah, well, she is in the chat, but she's not.
She's texting you.
posting.
She ain't said shit. We got Jason Sheamus here.
Just
So-
sent me a picture of her with Sheamus.
I don't give a shit.
She can't send that to her in the chat. I'm just saying, you could have just ignored the vibration.
The Dandans can hear it. It's a distraction.
It's not that big of a deal, but this is
To
way
you?
more of a distraction
So the referee ruined the surprise.
because he
By-
shouldn't have been in the ring.
Yeah, like why was he there? Because before the boot even hit Roman in the head, I screamed yes, and then Andy looked at me like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, "The ref's there." Sheamus is a big
Yeah.
boot to the face, brogue kick. Roman goes down. The official cash-in happens. 1, 2,
Kick
not
out.
today, brother.
Reigns
Not
kicks
today. And so Sheamus is like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." He's leaning on the ropes. He's going to throw another kick. And I was like, he's going to win. And Andy was like, Roman. And I was like, no. Sheamus
Yeah.
is going to win. This is just a falsie. Goes for the spear or whatever, misses it, takes another brogue kick.
Sheamus wins.
We got a new world champion.
New world champion.
And he's in here in the chat right now. He says, "I love Superman." You know what? I'm not a big fan of Sheamus, but I got to tell you, he's growing on me a little bit. Give him a little De Niro. That's not bad. You snapped into it real quick right there. That was not bad at all. Jace plays games. Says, but anti-authority is cool. Spears for Triple H and one for Steph if she was there too.
But it's just like you're supposed to be the bigger man in these situations, like you're already on top, and now you're gonna like take out everybody. You're just
Sheamus says, "I knew Sheamus was going to win." So Sheamus speaks in the third person now. I mean, the fame seems to be going to his head very quickly. I want to say to Champ, he's got a lot of Twitter followers. You got to tweet this link out right now because we got to let more and more Dandans and fellas know about this show. The more subscribers we have, the more fame we can bring to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Sheamus, but I can help bring Dandans to the Champ.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm saying. Gina says, remember when we took that awesome picture together, Sheamus?
Yeah, you should know her. Wait, what is them coming through this?
Gina's just trying to put herself over.
I think you reckon you should you know.
Yeah, but
her,
you can't
Sheamus.
you can't see details.
I know, because the fucking shit is not good, but there you go.
It's all right. Brett Wells is in the room, the host of Working Title Dayton / Working Title Deluxe podcast on SoundCloud. He says, so if Artist is the Sheamus of 616 Entertainment, that means he's the champion of 616
I
Entertainment?
am not the Sheamus of 616 Entertainment. I have never agreed to that title.
Mhm.
And so I would rather not be the champ if that means I'm the Sheamus.
So you will not even admit to being the Sheamus, even if it means you're the champ.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I respect that.
Under those
I
pretenses.
respect that. We call you the Sheamus because it's a little funny. And by we, I mean I don't really call you the Sheamus.
No.
I've always given you more of a Sami Zayn title.
Which I'll proudly take that.
But that means you miss a lot of shows, and when you're there, you don't always come through.
Yeah.
But I miss a lot of shows, I think, like 2 Raw Talks, no podcasts.
Except for your solo episodes.
I didn't count those.
Yeah.
Because that was like basically arranged beforehand.
Right.
Jazz James says Brett Wells in the house. That's definitely true. Adam DeVries, a.k.a. System, says Sheamus is going to start cutting promos like The Rock, minus all of the charisma.
Yeah, well,
It's
when
actually
you put
funny.
it like that.
Sheamus says, Artist, you have red hair, fella. Accept it.
No, I could be another redhead man.
Gina says, Artist, spike your hair like Sheamus. Everyone wants you to be the
I'm
Sheamus.
not Sheamus. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Brett Wells wants you
I
to.
don't want to do it.
Brett Wells wants you to braid your beard. Everyone wants you to be the Sheamus.
My beard isn't long enough for that.
You know whose beard is long enough? Brett Wells.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
who has red hair? Brett Wells.
Wells.
Brett Wells might be the Sheamus of podcasting.
Whoa. News broke here, guys. Look at that.
What am I?
Is this kind of man?
One of these kind of men.
You're this kind of man?
Brett Wells wants you to grow your hair longer and your beard longer.
I have been letting my beard grow a little bit out.
This was super predictable. We said as soon as Seth got hurt,
Yeah.
this is what I imagined was going to happen. Roman wins. Sheamus cashes in. We didn't even see the go-home show, and I still wasn't surprised.
How do you feel about it, though?
The positive to come out of it is Jace Plays Games calls you the Sheamus.
The Sheamus.
Yeah. The positive to come out of this is Sheamus no longer has the briefcase, which means the looming threat of we know he's going to be champion is over.
Yeah.
But now clearly, in my opinion, he's just going to be a transitional champion.
Yeah.
He's going to drop it to Roman or another babyface.
But how long does he have it?
He might have it a month.
You think so?
The next one's TLC.
I
Do they
hope.
do a TLC match and Roman takes it down?
I
and
hope
wins?
so. I just hope they don't do the chase to like WrestleMania.
Well, the Rumble's 2 months away.
Is it really that close in January?
Does Sheamus carry it? Does Sheamus lose it at TLC or does he lose it at the Rumble? Because Sheamus will not headline WrestleMania.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
they
I'm
have
like,
to call Brock Lesnar, I think they will. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If they're probably already talking to him, like, dude, we need a WrestleMania headline. And he was just like, oh yeah, we already had that worked out. They're like, we're gonna put the belt on you. Like, they might need him right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
the ratings have been down big time. I don't think they're excited to have Sheamus as the world champion. Sorry, champ. I know you're here with us, but you
But
know
it's-
what? The
they know
reality
what
is true.
they know what people think.
Brett Wells calls me a racist for saying because he has red hair and a red beard, he's the Sheamus. But I'm just saying that's the pot calling the kettle black, because he was just doing that to you. You know what I'm saying? Sheamus says, I have charisma. You know what's funny, Adam? The last time we had Adam in WWE, we had a... Oh, that's a bit much. I'm going to skip over that one.
That's unnecessary.
System says on the bright side, Sheamus, you're better than the Miz. Should be than. THAN. Then is you're describing a time frame. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Shayla Galenza, Christian Galenza
Christian.
is back. Yeah, but it's Shayla. But it is Christian. Says, I'm done with WWE. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Just like you're done with Instagram. every fucking week or whatever it is you do. System says to the Rumble at least is where Sheamus is going to carry the title.
I could see that. I think that's probably likely.
Jace Plays Game says or 20.
Vacation short.
Who knows if he would be cool with it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think he has enough pull where if they say like we need you back, he's like, no, I'm gonna finish my vacation.
Jazz James says having Sheamus cash in was smart. People dislike Roman, but they hate Sheamus. Now everyone will want Roman to win the title. WWE worked the marks. Not really, because we saw this coming so far away. And people don't want Roman to win the title now just because Sheamus has it. People just don't want Sheamus to have it. You know what I mean? Like at least Seth was the kind of champ to where people are like, oh, boo, Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But most people are just like, he's really good.
Well, yeah, I mean the boos are work boos,
Mhm.
Like most people like Seth Rollins as a heel.
Yeah.
But they do what you're supposed to and
Yeah.
boo 'em.
You know what the question of the night is? The question of the night so far is the fact that we have 9 people watching live. Obviously, as the week goes on, we're going to have thousands of viewers.
Mhm.
But we got 9 people with us right now. We only got 3 likes on this video.
What are you doing, guys?
Is that bullshit or is that dog shit?
It's a shit.
I think it's bullshit. Dan Ans are here with us live. The world champion is here with us live. You got to click that thumbs up button. You know what I'm saying?
Like it.
That's how more and more people are going to find out about this show. But we're going to talk about the B story of the night, which in my book is the Brothers of Destruction.
Okay.
Kane and The Undertaker reunite to take on Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, who are representing the Wyatt family. No Braun Strowman, no Eric Rowan. They're
Yeah.
both gone boys.
They were there.
Eric wasn't for very long. He got kicked in the nose.
I
and
don't
he
even
fell.
remember seeing him except once the match started. But now that you say that, I remember that. So thanks.
What did you think about this?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I did like it. I was like, as far as the match, it's cool to see Kane and Taker like tag teaming together.
The 980th time.
But if not in a long time.
Mhm.
They haven't done it.
I'm just saying.
And I never really watched back then. So the match was fun, but it was just like the whole the build up was cool, and then like we talked about it 2 weeks ago, it just kind of fell off down the shitter.
Mm-hmm.
And like what it turned into was just like, well, who really cares? And like we all thought, at least we did, and a lot of people thought it was going to be the Survivor Series match, and then it was just a 2-on-2 match.
And I thought it was elimination. Like that was one of the things that stood out
Right.
to me. Taker hit the tombstone
Mhm.
on Luke, and it was like 1, 2, 3, ding ding ding. I was like, what? Like when did I said what happened to Bray? And Andy was like, oh, he fell out of the ring. I was like, did he get counted out? And he was like, no, this isn't elimination. I was like, that's news to me. What the fuck was this Survivor Series? Like, all in all, it wasn't a bad show, but it didn't feel like Survivor Series at all.
I see. That's why
We'll talk about the 5-on-5.
to that.
But as far as this match goes, I thought it was elimination. It just like, and I don't mean to be a fucking smark wearing a New Japan shirt,
Mhm.
but this just didn't feel important.
It didn't
At
at all.
all.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like the build-ups, it started cool. Like when they took them out crucifix style, and it was like
They did. Go ahead, sorry.
But no, it was just like it seemed like it was going somewhere really cool, and then it would just turn into like, oh no, they just don't like each other. They're just gonna have a match. And
it felt to me like it should, like they took step 1, they beat up Taker, they carry him out. Whoa, what's that? They beat up Kane, they take him, they carry him out. Where is this going? I have no idea. And then step 3, they just wrapped steps 3 through 9 together, and this match was step 10. And it was like, what the fuck are you doing? There was like, this started so strong, and there was absolutely no payoff to any of it.
Nothing.
JR had a funny tweet. It was, I think it was from when Taker was on the Tonight Show and he tombstoned the turkey, and it was a photo of Taker like all pissed off, and the caption was like, "My payoff was what?" Of like when they told Taker what they were gonna do, and that was the face that he would have made. Like, what are we doing?
I don't see the point there.
Dipper Pines, a.k.a. Bart, a.k.a. Saint, a.k.a. Chris, a.k.a. Marilyn Manson's #1 fan. How sweet was that Manson shirt last night, though?
It was cool.
He says, wasn't a fan of that match. I'm on the same page. It wasn't a bad match. It just didn't feel important.
Right, there was no reason to care.
Sheamus says, guys, the champ has to go to bed. See you fellas later. Champ,
you had a hard night, you know.
Yeah. He deserves to go to sleep. He says, well, I have 3 minutes. Who should I brogue kick? I would love to see Sheamus brogue kick Ben Carson.
See, I was thinking someone in the chat.
Nah, fuck him. Ben Carson. Did you see that fucking rap video he put out?
I heard
it was just like, oh, well, black guy, I should try to get the black vote. And it was like the most racist black thing I've ever seen.
He's like the whitest black guy ever.
That's it. And like people will call you a racist for saying that. But he had this cheesy rap video put together about how you should vote for Ben Carson aimed at the black audience. He only chose rap to get the
No.
Like, dude, you gotta know better, man. Like, what are you doing?
It's cringy.
It was really, really, really cringy. Jace Plays Game says it was super predictable series. He's right on. Dipper Pine says nothing wrong with a New Japan shirt. There's definitely not. Matt Nix has a New Japan shirt, and it looks fucking dope. I was just making a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I was referencing a tweet that Maxwell had earlier today where it was just like, oh, I can't remember what it was. It was some nerdy-looking kid in a New Japan shirt sitting at his computer with the Reddit squared circle thing open, and it was him smiling at the camera. And it was just like, overprivileged wrestling fan can't wait to hate Survivor Series. But that's basically what I was referencing. Sheamus says, well, who has better hair, me or Trump? Sheamus has better hair than Trump. I don't even want to talk about Trump. Dipper Pine says, Ben Carson's the prime example of being intelligent but not wise at all. I don't even know if he's that intelligent.
Dude, he's a fucking neurosurgeon.
No, but like, I'm talking about people.
Intelligence.
I'm talking about people. Okay, in that field, yes. But if you sat that guy down on a podcast, I think you'd be like, what a fucking boner this guy is.
But that's not, I know, but that's his point.
Yeah,
it's like intelligence
trying to word
is like IQ, but you can.
Yeah. I was trying to word it differently.
Yeah.
Try to make it funny.
But you started by saying, I don't even think he's that intelligent.
Well, this is a comedy show. So that's the B story. That's Kane and Taker versus Bray Harper. But the C story, it's not even really the C story, but I think we got to talk about New Day Rocks. 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 What a great shirt. What a great shirt. Where can you get that shirt?
WWE.com/shop or something. I don't know.
WWEshop.com.
You could get there from WWE.com.
It used to just be shopzone.com, but then they must have lost the trademark to that.
That's a weird URL.
Yeah, but it was cool because they could be like Shop Zone.
Now they're why wouldn't you want to incorporate WWE?
Now they're like, if you go to WWEshop.com.
I think I like WWEshop.com.
That's because it's all you've ever known.
I just think it makes more sense. Shop Zone could be like a shop for any sort of shirts.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
That's conditioning, ladies and gentlemen. Sheamus says, New Day sucks my R's. Sheamus, I know you're the champ. Bye, Felicia.
Well, they did fuck him tonight.
Yeah, well, fuck him. That's the New Day.
I know. What did you expect? Come on.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. A Dipper Pint says, Irish people don't even say arse. A lot of them do. It's not that they say arse. It's the way their A's come out. It's more of a floating A rather than a hard A. You know what I mean?
So it's just
like British people say ass, but
yeah.
A lot of people would say it's like arse when you're making fun of them. It's just the way it comes out. Gina says they should have ditched the match and let New Day dance for 10 minutes. Fine with me.
I'm fine with that. I think they should. I think that Raw should just be New Day dancing for 3 hours.
Until Seth is healthy.
Yeah. And
then Seth can dance with him for a minute.
And then be like, no.
And then an hour later, he comes back in and he dances with him. He's like, no. And he leaves. And that's all Raw is an endless cycle of the New Day dancing, Seth coming up and being like, no.
I just realized today that this unicorn is blind because he's walking with a walking stick.
Yeah.
and he's got sunglasses because he's blind. It's weird. I can't.
Well, let's dissect the
locate
details
myself.
of it. First of
There's
all,
so many damn details.
my favorite part of the shirt is the rainbow. I love the shit out of this rainbow.
It's a rainbow road.
If we're talking about attention to detail, I love the fact that the unicorn has a shadow.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't even think about putting it there. Doesn't really make any sense that he has a shadow. Come down a little bit. Seeing as though, okay, are we going to call this the sun? Kind of insinuates that the sun is like in front of them over here, because you see how my hand, how it's casting that shadow onto your chest like
Yeah,
that?
but see, it's from behind, so there should be like shadow here,
Yeah.
but we're not seeing what the shadow would be. So there would be a shadow like here,
Yeah.
but there's probably like another like star above them that's casting light down.
Dipper Pine says we're having stream issues. No, we're not done.
My legs are getting tired because I'm like crouching.
We're having stream issues. The champ has to go to bed. Good night, champ. I'm glad you came out with us tonight. Looks like are we dead or are we back? What's your favorite song by the Killers?
I only know a couple.
Can you sing one of them?
Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend that looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year. It's not confidential. I got potential. Messing something around.
Okay, we're back. That was the perfect intro. We're not done. We got to talk about the shirt. We're looking at the details of the shirt. We got one red Converse.
Good.
I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but I like it. I do wish he had a shoe over here. The rainbow fish tail is what's really sticking out to me. If the Dan Dans grew up in the 90s, they remember Rainbow Fish. Remember that book?
No.
You don't remember Rainbow Fish? It was
No.
like sparkly and glittery, and you flip the pages, and every page he had like more and more colors and scales.
I don't think so.
He had one rainbow scale.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't remember that.
Nope.
Do any of the Dan Dans? Brett Wells should remember it. He's an older Dan Dan. You know what I'm saying? He's up in his mid to late 20s, I believe. So that's a problem. Everybody should know what that is. We got the Earth over here.
Earth.
Also being lit from this direction. So I still have issues with that. We got Saturn over here, which is fucking up the whole solar system. This is not laid out correctly. But what's important is that we do know that this unicorn fish chihuahua thing is blind. I'm not certain how the glasses are staying on his head when his shit is up here.
This is ear.
Yeah, so the glasses should be going up.
No, his ear's like this, and then
But the glasses are the stick
glasses is behind the ear.
The ear starts here, and the glasses are broken. Like it should go up there if it was going to go around
It's
his ear.
behind this one, and
So why does you ain't the shit drooping?
Because he's a magic unicorn.
Well, he looks like a chihuahua to me with
He's got
buck teeth. And dogs don't have teeth like that. So those are beaver teeth. He's got a chihuahua's head with a unicorn horn, a rainbow fish tail.
And a mohawk.
We've talked about the fact that he is blind, and in case you thought those were just sunglasses, the artist pointed out earlier that this is in fact a walking stick.
A blind man stick.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of details going on here. We got the trombone up on top. We can't forget about that.
Trombone.
What is this? Sit down. What the fuck is that?
It's a planet.
Which one?
I don't know. That could be any. Neptune.
Might be Mars.
No. Mars is red.
Well, hold on, stand over here a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. No, this way. So yeah, we would have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and then come down a little bit. Mars,
but we've
Jupiter, and then we come back around Saturn. Behind them is Uranus, and then Neptune and Pluto. I know the solar system.
This is not Mars, though.
It could be. What is it? If you know what it is.
I'm not saying I know what it is, but that's not Mars.
It looks to me like an intergalactic
Mars
baseball.
look like that.
Well, I've never seen a unicorn, dog, rainbow fish.
Because they're not real.
Beaver. Gina says Mars.
It just
Jay
doesn't look
says
anything like Mars.
Old equals mid to late 20s. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I said he's an older Dan Dan, comparatively speaking to most of the Dan Dans. I'm in my mid-20s. The artist is in his mid-20s. I don't think we're old. Like, we're old compared to some of our friends.
Yeah.
Like, I felt really old with Vincent Terra here yesterday.
Oh
When they
my
started
gosh, I
saying
felt like
shit-
a dad.
When they started saying shit like Zaddy, and
I
I was
felt
like,
like-
what the fuck does that mean?
I felt like an old white dad.
Dana. Dan, we recorded a great podcast with my friends Vince and Tara last night. That's going to go up on Wednesday. And you're going to learn a lot about the way that these kids talk nowadays and their lexicon and all the different words that they use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dipper Pine says, I remember Rainbow Fish, and he's not even 20.
I don't give a shit about your fucking dumb fish. Brett Wells says 2 + 2 = yes. Haha.
Sounds like
But-
a Don Vito quote. Rest in peace.
I have a correction to make because 2 + anything is up.
That's definitely
So
true.
2 + 2 is up.
Any of the Dan-Dans who understand that reference are for real grimy Dan-Dans. You know what I'm saying? For real grimy Dan-Dans. So we started talking about the New Day. We started talking about that so we could talk about their match. It's the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 match. The Usos, Ryback, and the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day, Sheamus, and Wade Barrett. Question number 1. Did anybody know that this match was happening? Because I didn't.
I Googled it because
What website did you use?
WrestleZone.com.
Oh. The Dan-Dans should probably go there.
It's a good website.
And then they should go to freelancewrestling.com.
Because I was driving over here and I was thinking about the card and I'm like, wait, we missed Raw last Monday.
Uh-huh.
What's the Survivor Series match? Because I thought leading up to it, it was for sure going to involve Kane, Undertaker, and the Wyatts. Like maybe Kane and Undertaker would recruit some people, but I was like, I have no idea what it is. Like, what is it? And I Googled it and I saw that Kane and Undertaker were having a 2-on-2 match with the Wyatts and that the Survivor Series match was to be determined.
Yeah, I had no idea. Oh, Jazz James coming in strong. R.I.P. A conversation with Corey. That's why he's the number 1 Dan-Dan. That's why there's never been any question since he showed up on the scene who was the number 1 Dan-Dan. You know what I'm saying? Dipper Pine says they announced it on SmackDown, I think. Nobody watches SmackDown. That's why nobody knew that this match was happening. Jay says we knew there was going to be one, but it was unannounced who the participants were. Gina says that's why no one knew it, because it was announced on SmackDown. Brett Wells says, who watches the SmackDowns on the UPN? It used to be on UPN. You got one long straggler here. It doesn't really want it. There we go. You want to eat it? Put it away. Put it away. Oh, what about that hair cake video that we watched? If the Dan-Dans don't know who Filthy Frank is, I was introduced to him the other day, and apparently he's like a YouTube sensation. He gets millions of views. So goddamn fucking funny. So the Dan-Dans should check him out.
What was the video called?
Just search hair cake, and the first one is like Filthy Frank bakes a cake or something like that.
Gross.
And it was
so
it's 12 minutes long, but it's worth your time. It's really fucking funny. Yeah, so this, like, the New Day promo was super fucking strong.
That was
loved it.
They saved the segment.
And Kofi was talking about how his team was tough as, and they were just like, whoa. He's like, well, we are tough.
Yeah.
But I fucking loved Sheamus being white and weird.
That was funny.
But he got the mic and he was like, we're gonna get jiggy on their asses, and they were like, they're just like,
and like the crowd went silent too. Like it was perfect.
It was like
everyone was just like crickets. That was so funny.
I didn't think much of the match.
Well, what happened was fucking Barrett got eliminated. Then somebody else on the face team got eliminated. Big E got eliminated, and then the New Day just left and left Sheamus alone. So they and then Sheamus.
Well, yeah, because what happened was Big E did his spear to the outside, and he was like selling the shoulder or whatever. And did he get eliminated?
I think so.
Okay, and then Kofi and Xavier put their arms around him.
Like, we gotta go.
They're like, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you. We gotta go. And they just left. Like, I don't think they were officially counted out.
No.
So on Raw tomorrow, they're gonna be like, we did not officially lose at Survivor Series, and that's gonna be amazing. T10416, aka Daniel Zerbian, former challenger to the 616 Entertainment Monopoly World title. Says, Dad just walked in the room to tell me to turn the volume down because these fuckers' voices are annoying me. That sounds like a Zerbian quote.
Why don't you use headphones, damn it?
I'm sure he's got headphones. He works at the Headphone Emporium. Jace Plays Games says, after the pre-show series match and the rest of the matches on the card, I'm pretty sure Cesaro was the only active wrestler who wasn't on the show tonight. Word going around, and Jace says this in the chat, is that, Wells says in the chat, JR tweeted that if what he's hearing is correct, Cesaro needs a shoulder surgery, which is a major bummer.
That sucks.
But he's had that shoulder wrapped up like fucking Sakuraba's knees lately. So I think a lot of people saw that coming. Yeah, this match wasn't great. The New Day leaving took all of my interest away from it. I'm saying like this wasn't Survivor Series.
And like there was no, this was the fucking most nothing match on the card. There was no reason for it. There was no, it was, I don't know, it was disappointing.
We got Tyler Breeze versus Dolph Ziggler.
This was fun.
You think so?
Well, I like, their characters are fun, but I mean the match was whatever.
The match was all right. It wasn't bad at all. I love Ziggler's gear. Black with like, it was either white, we're having stream issues again. It was either black with either white dots or silver studs on it with a little bit of red mixed in. Looked fucking awesome.
And his hair, well, go ahead.
His hair was like darkened with a couple blonde streaks.
It wasn't as like much as blonde as it has been, which is probably, I wonder if they did that because he's feuding with Tyler Breeze.
No, I think he's been letting it fade out.
Yeah, okay.
He's just been letting his real hair color come through. But his fucking vest, black with the red trim and the chains going across it. I think it was someone on 616entertainment.proboards.com, which may slowly rebuild itself into a somewhat quality message board at this point. Who knows? Probably not. Someone said like he can't decide whether he wants to be Shawn Michaels or Brett Michaels, which I thought was pretty accurate, and I thought was pretty funny. Ziggler's gear was dope. I do think Ziggler should have won. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I do. But they're trying to put over the new young guy. But I think the new young guy can kind of like stand to lose once or twice in his debut. Not that this was his debut, but early on, he's like, well, you know, he's young, he's learning. You can pass it off. Whereas Ziggler is like, well, he lost to like this rookie.
The problem is we know, regardless of whether Breeze was going to win or lose,
he's going to be.
They're not going to do anything with him. And even if Dolph won, like he beat a kid who's like new and who was copying him. So and the issue was that they didn't even have Breeze cheat to win. Like he like kicked Dolph's fucked up knee. Why was it fucked up? Because he fucked it up. So Breeze just stuck to his strategy and won. Like, are you insinuating that he just showed up and he's better than Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, that's what they.
That's kind of what it does. Like, I'm not a big fan, but I've given up any hope that they're going to do anything of note with Dolph Ziggler, which is unfortunate. Dipper Pine says, "Hey, don't bury your own forum. Why? It's mine. I'll do whatever I want.
He does it every fucking week.
Pretty much. If it was any good, I wouldn't bury it." Brett Wells says, "I hope he doesn't. If it gets worse and he's out for Mania, I'll be so let down. It's bad enough my future best friend Seth Rollins is out for Mania." So about Cesaro's shoulder. If he's getting a shoulder surgery, he's out for Mania. And are you really that worried? What were they going to do with him?
That's a good point.
They weren't going to do anything with him. Dipper Pine says, "I'm carrying it, brother." You know what? Whatever the fuck he wants to call himself, I don't like the name Dipper Pine, so I'm not going to say it anymore. I think that's fine. But I'm going to call him Bart or Link or whatever he's been doing lately. Quality post on a consistent basis.
Good job.
You know what I'm saying? That's some quality posts, and I'm gonna give respect where respect is due. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a guy who's not one of these fair weather motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed up, and he's just been good ever since. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I respect for posters that are good. Oh, that's it.
Give me some more killers for Villavello.
Just
that song again, because I think they missed most of it.
Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend that looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year. It's not confidential. I got potential. Rushing around. Somebody told me.
Happy birthday, Bill Bella. You know what I'm saying? Do that again. Can I slap it?
No.
Come on.
No, because it's you won't get the right sound. You gotta know how to hit it.
Yeah, I wouldn't get the right sound because you would be too tensed up. No. It wouldn't be my fault. It'd be your fault.
Oh, of course.
It would.
I'm gonna try.
You're saying I don't know how to do this to somebody?
It's about how hard you hit. You just smack the shit out of me.
I used to play drums. I know how hard
You
to
just
things.
smack the fucking shit out of them.
You don't know anything about
That's
drums.
how you smack drums. No,
Mm-mm.
you just hit them hard.
Way off. Jace Plays Games says not his debut at a pay-per-view. Ziggler loses. That's his thing. He's right.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh, goodness gracious. Brett Wells is going to be at WrestleMania. And he says, shit, I'll be there. I want to see him live at Mania. It's not going to happen, though. Probably not going to happen. Dipper Pine says, I'm Princess Kenny now.
Okay.
What does that mean? Who's Princess Kenny?
I mean, if that's what you want me to call you, I'll call you that. But
I don't want to call him that.
I will.
I like to call him by his real name.
What's that?
Chris. I don't know if I'm supposed to break kayfabe, but I just did. Brett Wells is putting over his podcast, which is Working Title Deluxe / Working Title Dayton on SoundCloud. He just put up a solo episode where he details his battles with depression and how he's had
I gotta
trouble
listen to that.
speaking to girls over the years and different things. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was on the podcast last, we shared the same sentiment of people who have mental health issues and have had them, whatever side of the fence you're on. If you share your story, other people who have those stories will feel more comfortable sharing their own. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do your part and put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they should listen to his podcast for sure. Because he's got a good show! And he's a good man.
I love my show.
So Breeze goes over Ziggler, kicks the knee, and hits him with Christian's finisher. Moving on. Paige versus Charlotte.
Yeah.
I thought the match itself I thought was pretty okay. It wasn't a killer match. We'll just get through this one pretty quickly. I saw the Kevsta was upset on Twitter that this was so personal. You didn't see it on Raw. They did like a contract signing. They actually had the girls close the show.
I did see that.
Okay.
Because I was watching Raw last week,
Mhm.
but I was playing Fallout. So I only saw like parts. I did see this part though.
Mhm.
I followed. I paid attention.
And they referenced Paige basically blamed Charlotte for her brother's overdose death.
It's fucked up.
And it was like super personal and shit like that. And the Kevsta's problem was the fact that this was just like they got in the ring and put on chin locks and like wrist locks and off the ropes. Where when someone accuses you of like being responsible for your brother's death,
It's personal.
you want to bash their
fuck 'em.
fucking face in.
Yeah.
But he's not the first person to have that complaint about something. He won't be the last because
Yeah.
this is going to happen again.
It's a good point though.
Mm-hmm.
It's valid.
Yeah, the match was solid. I wasn't mad at it. The fucking spear off the barricade was terrible. It didn't make any sense. It was
yeah.
it felt like somebody said, "Oh, you should do like a big spot." And like, what if I spear her off the barricade? And then they were just like, "Yeah," and didn't put any thought into how it would make sense.
Yeah.
Like Paige throws Charlotte into the thing and stands on the barricade for some reason.
Like to sell like.
And she's like, "This is my house," and then just stayed there for like 4 seconds or 5 seconds, which when you think about it, that's kind of a long time to just be doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, Charlotte just stands on it and spears her, but they don't go off and crash onto the floor. Paige like turned and stepped down off the thing and then just rolled. Like it. I'm not saying if she took a flat back bump on the floor
That would
from
have
that
been
spear.
fucking bad.
I would have said that was dumb. What are you doing? Like these guys who are taking DDTs and pile drivers on the apron,
Yeah.
stop that. What the fuck are you doing? And who am I to fucking tell them what to do?
Yeah.
But
But like if
you're
you
gonna hurt yourself.
like you shouldn't have done it. Like you shouldn't have taken the back bump.
Mhm.
But you shouldn't have done it because it looked like shit. Like why do something half-assed
Mhm.
when it's gonna look like defeats the point of like a cool spot
Mhm.
if it looks like garbage.
The guys are having a therapy session about girls in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that's okay. We'll just keep talking about our show. The finish to this was garbage.
Oh yeah, the fucking
Charlotte locks
Tap
on the
out.
figure 4. Turns it into the figure 8 by her arching her back. Stupid. And then, like, you're the rope and I'm Paige. And Paige is like, ow. Ow. I'm done. Like, all she had to do was, like,
Well, the way she was like selling it was really weird.
what, like, not selling it?
Yeah, well, she was like, she would like not sell it, like lay just like she was laying there, and then she'd be like, oh.
Well, I think she was probably upset that Charlotte decided to put the move on right there rather than, like, bring her to the middle of the ring.
Right.
No ring awareness whatsoever.
Right.
Which seems to be a pattern with Charlotte. Unfortunately. Have we covered the whole card? I feel like we have.
Yeah.
So that's the whole card for Survivor Series, Dan Dans. Throw some shit in the chat. Be it. Entertain them. I'm getting a phone call. Might be important.
So that's the show. I hope you had a fun. About women, and I want to get married and eventually divorce Paige. So topical. Dipper Pines or Princess Kenny says, the once you have your heart broken, then all those love songs actually makes me feel something. LOL. See, okay, let's just do this. Let's just go for it, since you guys are all talking about women and stuff. Since I've been single for about 2 years, and since like I broke up with my girlfriend a couple years ago, it's hard to care, really. You know what I mean? Like, but don't get me wrong, I'm not sad about it. Like, I like being single. I like doing my own thing, making YouTube videos, playing video games. But sometimes you're like, well, it'd be nice to have somebody. So, Daniel says, and it's over. I don't know what he's referring to. Brett Wells says, Sasha needs to be in the title picture. Motherfucker just reading. I don't know what that means. So what have you guys been up to this weekend? You guys are just having a conversation in the chat. I'm spilling my heart out here, and no one's even responding to anything I'm saying. So, Dipper Pines or Princess Kenny says, you can have my baby. I don't know who you're talking to. I don't want to have a baby. I don't know if I want kids. Do you guys want kids? Who wants to have kids here? When I was younger, I used to always be like, oh yeah, I'm sure I'll have kids one day. But now I'm like, I don't want kids right now. And I don't see myself wanting kids anytime soon. So, I don't know. Brett Wells, this is starting to be my favorite 616 thing. The artist needs a show discussing women and dating. I could do that, maybe. Like, see, people have talked about, some people have said they want me to do a solo show. And I don't know, like, I'm willing to record one, but I'm not willing to guarantee that I'll put it out, because it'll be like this. And I'll just...
What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to say shit.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just asking.
Well, I went to the chat and everyone was fucking talking about women.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how I've been single for 2 years.
All right.
But I don't care. Like, and then like there was a little bit of a thing because there was such a delay that no one was responding, and I was just like, well, I don't know what else to say. And then Wells was saying how he wants me to do a show about dating and women. And then I was talking about how you and some other people have said they want to hear a solo podcast from me. And I was just about to say that I don't, like, I'm willing to record one, but I'm not willing to guarantee I'll put it out because I don't know how that would turn out. But
Dipper Pine says the Nine Inch Nails song "Every Day Is Exactly the Same" describes my life. How do you feel about that?
I've felt that way.
Yeah.
Before, so okay, I had a job, broke up with my girlfriend. We didn't, and then it was like there was like a few month period where we weren't like it was before we started the podcast and really do like going deep into the YouTube realm.
Mm-hmm.
I started listening to the Nine Inch Nails album With Teeth, and I heard that song and I'm like, this is my fucking life.
That's really depressing.
It was. No, dude, it was like that. There was like a 3-month period where I was pretty depressed because I just felt like I was going to work and like doing nothing, going nowhere.
Mm-hmm. How'd you feel? You feel like you pulled out of it though, right?
Oh, big time.
How'd you pull out of it?
By doing stuff that I cared about.
Like this?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And like
it's pretty uplifting.
Now I'm working on like a degree too. So like I'm like, well, at least I'm doing something with my life.
You're a hardworking boy.
I'm stressed out, but that's okay.
Stress comes with it. It builds character.
You can't achieve anything without stress.
I've said
stress
this
isn't a bad thing.
It's not. I've said this to a lot of my friends. Like one of my friends told me recently, she was just like, oh, like I have anxiety and I'm afraid of being a failure. And I was like, yeah, but you know who has that feeling? People who bust their ass and work hard, they're always afraid that they're not working hard enough.
Right.
The people who aren't working towards anything never feel like they're not working hard enough because they know they're a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you don't have that feeling of just like, oh, am I doing everything I can? You know, it's because you're not doing anything. And why would you push yourself harder when you haven't even taken the first step yet? I'm not saying at that point you're condemned to be a loser for life. I'm just saying you're not working hard yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jace says he's tried recording solo podcasts and it's impossible. If you're having trouble doing a solo podcast, I can imagine it being hard when you first start out to do your first one like by yourself. Don't do your first one by yourself. Have the artist on your show. Have me on your show. Have Brett Wells on your show. Have Nigel Bravo on your show. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The whole 616 Entertainment family, the Dan Dans are there for any of the Dan Dans who are going to do their own shit. You know what I mean?
I really want to do somebody else's podcast. I was on like 5 minutes of Brett Wells's, but I don't really count that. Yeah.
Well, he says he can't wait for you to be back in town. He expects you to go deep.
I'm
excited for you to be on one.
Wells.
I'm excited for you to be on one
it.
when I'm not there because I think that's going to be interesting.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Wells said he's not going to be in town this December, which disappoints me.
Oh, fuck. You're not coming around?
I think so. That's what he said on Facebook or Twitter, unless plans have changed since then.
I certainly hope that they've changed.
But I don't have any hope for nothing anymore.
See, now Dipper Pine says, I'm just treading water right now, really. Go to work, go to school. That's not treading water. That's swimming towards shore.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're treading water is being the guy who's watching wrestling in your basement going, oh, man, like I can't find a job.
Right.
You can't find a job because you're not really looking. You're doing that bullshit of going like, oh, I filled out applications. No, you didn't.
Right.
Because someone would pick you up, and it's going to be a shit job. And you take that shit job to build a year of experience, put some more applications out there. People see you've been working lately, and then they hire you. It's a little bit better of a job with a little bit better pay.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't treading water. You're working towards the right goal.
Absolutely.
Can we just do this show now? This is so much more fun than talk about wrestling. Like, I don't care about wrestling that much. I'd rather talk to people.
Yeah, I know.
Brett Wells says, try the Tinder machine for a good time. I hear decent reviews. Nigel Bravo says Tinder is a rape simulator.
Nigel texted me and said, never give up on love.
Is he watching right now?
I guess so.
I wish.
He had to have known from what I just said.
Brett Wells says, I'm sad I have to work. I won't be free the next 2 weeks. Hey, man, if you got to work, you got to make that paper, you know what I'm saying?
He'll be around, though.
It's
only a matter of time. It won't be too long. I'll trust him.
This has been fun. Dan Dans, what do you want to talk about? We can hang out for another couple minutes. I have to work in the morning, but I work a register. I don't need a lot of energy.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
And I'm nocturnal as it is, so I don't really give a fuck. You know what my plans are for the night when this is over? I got to watch the new video. Jazz James has been isolating audio. The rough cut of the 616 best of is done.
Shit!
Jazz James, send it over now, and the artist and I will watch it when we go off the air.
I'm so excited.
I'm really excited, too. But, yeah, let's hang out for a little while. Dan Dans, what do you want to talk about? Put topics in the chat. If you have questions about us, put them in the chat. If you have questions about things that we can help you relate to, put them in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
We can do an impromptu little therapy session here. You know what I'm saying? Therapy doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Therapy never has to be a bad thing.
Yes. Why would it
There's
be
a
bad
stigma
thing?
attached to it, man. People say they're going to therapy. It's like, oh, you're broken. You know?
Well, fuck you, people who think that.
I agree. Dipper Pie. Chris said, change your fucking name. He says,
Princess Kenny.
No, I'm not saying that. He says, I've been working at Subway for over 3 years. It'll look good on applications at least. Fuck yeah, it will.
I worked at Dollar Tree for like 4 fucking years.
It doesn't matter if it's Subway, Dollar Tree, GameStop. When they see that you held a job for 3 years, it's like, oh, he's loyal. Oh, he didn't get fired in 3 years. That means he shows up on time. He does what he has to do. They don't go through your fucking records to see how many times you won Employee of the Month. They don't go through your records and find out if you always kept the mayonnaise tray full. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They saw that you have 3 years of experience and that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's got to
gracious.
start somewhere.
Chris says, it's nice and cold outside.
It
It is fucking cold.
I don't like how cold it is.
Oh, I like how cold it is. No? Why no?
Because it's too cold.
How cold for you is too cold?
Like 20 degrees. No, you know what? Honestly, because that's what it is. I guess it's not okay. It's not too cold.
Yeah.
If it was like, if as bad as the winters got here was like 20, I would be fine. It's more like the snow and having to fucking scrape the ice off my car and shit. That I don't want to deal with. I'm fucking sick of it. Like, it snowed a lot yesterday, and I had to like scrape like a fucking foot of snow off.
Cold. It's going to get way worse.
I know.
And you're already at that point?
I was upset by the snow on my car.
I'm trying to respond to a best friend real quick.
All right. That's all right.
Using best friend lingo. Brett Wells says, Steve and I questioned last time we were hanging, why don't you get in the wrestling manager game? I think he's talking to me.
Yeah.
What Steve and I had this conversation, and I think if you're gonna do something like having your stream drop out when you're trying to tell a story, at that point you can just continue to talk about that light thing that's over there until we're back, which it seems like we are.
That light thing?
Yeah.
The bushes?
It's nice, right?
Something.
You don't like it?
No, why would you say that?
Because when someone says, "Oh, it's something," that's not really a positive. But I don't get into the wrestling manager game because I feel like if you're going to be a fighter, if you're going to be a wrestler, if you're going to be an actor, that's not something you can half-ass. That's something you need to go straight into. And when someone says go into wrestling, you think they're going to be a wrestler. It's like, you better be in good fucking shape. You better be dedicated to this. You better be able to afford to pay to train. You better have time to train. You better be willing to get fucked up because you're going to get fucked up. Being a manager, none of that really goes along with it.
Right.
If you can walk in the door with a personality and, like, I guess know how to, like, generally take a bump in the event that it's going to happen, because it will, you'd be fine. But still, I don't really feel like I belong there anymore. Like, I grew up wanting to be a wrestler, and as time went on, I realized that I get hurt a lot and I get hurt easily, and that's not really what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I was up at the hospital with my dad the other night, and I told you this story. Had my legs crossed. Guess I had them crossed for too long. Uncrossed my legs, and when I put my right knee down, it like went off to the side, and I had lightning shoot up my fucking knee. And I stood up and I tried to walk on it. There was nothing there. Just nothing. No like stability in my knee at all. It was just like the bones were rubbing on each other. So that I can't even cross my legs, let alone have anything to do with the wrestling business. And I don't want to be standing around a ring or in a ring disrespecting the guys who fucking put their all into it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I got a phone call and said, do you want to be Sal Melendez for this match and just be a loudmouth, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I do. But I would never call myself like a manager or anything like that. But I do think it would be fun, but I don't think I really belong there. You know what I'm saying? I would much rather find a way to make a living doing this than wrestling.
Okay.
So that's the answer to that question. What does Jay say here?
Jay says, yeah, my resume is hot garbage. I'll never get a real job anytime soon. It requires too much explanation, and I get no callbacks because of it. What requires too much explanation? Why your resume sucks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to start small and work your way up. you know.
Well, see, Jace tried to do a thing recently where I believe he left his job and was going to try the streaming game.
Okay.
And see if he could support himself that way.
Okay.
But I think there's such a small percentile of people who Chris ignore him and he'll go away. That's why we're doing that. There's such a small percentile of people who can like stream video games and make money doing it that's a ballsy thing to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, Jace, when you told me that you were going to try that, I was just like, so you've got some put away, right? So you can just chill for a couple months and be able to do this. But like that shit dries up, man. That well dries up quick. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to be able to try that, but I don't have the confidence to do that. So for you to just try to do that was fucking ballsy to begin with.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, you got to get the fuck back out there because you don't want to be broke. You know what I mean? System says he needs to start reapplying for jobs. So just do it. What the fuck are you telling us about it for? Just go do it. Go on Walmart.com and fill one out right now. They'll hire anyone.
Yeah, no, seriously. You can get a job.
You can get a job anywhere, and it's going to be a shitty job. You got to deal with it. I worked at Marshall's for like 4 months, and I quit because I didn't like it. I took your spot at Dollar Tree, your 5-year spot. How long was I there?
4. Well, I was there
4 years.
I don't know, like a week?
No, I was there for like 3 months, and I was just like, nope, I will kill myself if I continue to work here. What's Brett Wells saying here?
Brett Wells says, so if I get into it and I make Chicago way and I need a manager, if not you, I want a strictly ginger nation. So how about you, artist?
That would be really funny. I don't think there's a
ginger
redheaded
nation?
stable. Yeah.
That is funny.
That's actually brilliant.
I mean, I don't really have any desire to get into the wrestling business.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather just watch it from afar.
From afar. Like you don't even want front row seats because we people fell on us that one time.
Yeah, I mean, out front row on the balcony is cool, but yeah, but for Brett Wells, maybe if to be part of his Ginger Nation,
that'd be fun. System says Freelance should have you do color commentary.
They already have.
Tell him that. No, I don't want to take Maxwell's spot because he's fucking dope and he's the best.
Really good. But
I will be an alternate track on the DVD. Now the question is, should I do it or should I get Sal Melendez to do it?
Sal Melendez.
It's a lot of. I'm sure that would bother his voice after a while. Because from what I hear, his voice is sore after a 10-minute video. But that's just what I hear. Jace Plays Game says, no doubt my accountant, me, said I have to get a job. Adam DeVries says, horse.
It's just a horse emoji.
I don't really know how to do emojis. By that, I mean I don't know how to do them at all.
You click that.
The head?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. These things are dumb as fuck, though, so I'm not going to do it. Oh!
Chat's gone. Chat's back.
Chris says, the one coworker I like left at Subway, trying not to kill myself while being there. I actually wrote and did a song about how much I hate Subway. 'Tis on my channel. I need to go finish it. Okay. He does music. He did a cover of the metal version of Undertaker's theme. Like I don't know if you've ever heard it before, but it's fucking dope.
I think I have.
He put lyrics to it that he wrote, and it's like I commented on the board and I was just like, yo, I'm not kissing your ass because you posted this. Like this is fucking really cool.
Yeah.
And he's a huge Marilyn Manson fan, and he sounds exactly like Marilyn Manson.
Oh, really?
So I tell him I would like him to branch out a little bit and try some stuff that's a little different than that. But I don't know if he knows he sounds exactly like Marilyn Manson. He's like, I don't really see it, but maybe he's just being humble because he's good and he's not trying to be an A+ player. You know what I'm saying?
Nigel just texted me. I don't know why he's not. He's obviously watching, so I don't know why you're not just in the chat, Nigel.
Yeah.
Maybe he's watching on mobile. I don't know. But he wants to write the Ginger Nation song, the theme song.
Tell him to start working on it. You got to pay him for it.
I didn't ask for it. He just offered.
The song that closes the 616 Entertainment podcast. How's it go? Doom, 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 doom. You don't even know it.
I always stop listening by that point. I know the opening is like do 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 do.
That's Spooky Kid Treehouse.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't even listen. You don't even know what our closer is.
I know it, but
you don't.
I have a hard time remembering.
You don't know it, and that's the problem. Because if you knew it, you'd be able to sing along when I brought it up. The song that I'm talking about is this one. It's gonna play in just a second. Now listen close.
616.
That's Nigel Bravo.
That's not
I don't know if the Danians know that, but Nigel, I talked to him and I was just like, hey, I need some music for the channel. And I think I needed I need a podcast outro. And he did like 7 little things like that. And that's the one I decided to go with.
That's a good one.
I paid him to make that music. We signed a binding contract.
I remember that.
It was, what do you call it when it's like stamped and certified?
Notarized?
It was notarized by Alex Olson at Matt Nick's house. That was quite a night. You know what I'm saying?
That was a fun night.
That was a fun night. That was the night we watched Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so. That was fun. But Brett Wells is telling everybody to go apply for USPS clerk. So Brett Wells has got you, Dan Dans. I like talking to the Dan Dans like this. Jazz James says the song at the end is in the best of video I made because Jazz James knows what the fuck he's doing. You know what I mean? Brett Wells says blah 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 blah. I love these Dan Dans. Let's not talk the ear off though. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, let's go out of here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where can they follow you on Twitter?
At the artist 616.
Where can they follow me?
At IDS 616.
The announcement for the next Sal Melendez comes either tomorrow on Raw Talks Live. Yeah, fuck it. Well, that's when we'll do it. Release date, episode title, and whatnot. So this is episode 5 of season 2, which means episode 6 is the season finale. So after this, there's only one left. So I hope you Dan-Ins are enjoying your Sal Melendez because this year of content is almost over. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you next week. I hope they enjoyed Survivor Series. You know what I mean?
I doubt they did.
I mean, I didn't enjoy Survivor Series as much as I did hanging with the Dan-Ans.
That's always
Like
the
this.
best part.
Yeah, but this time we went just as long doing this as we did about Survivor Series. So I think maybe, what if we do a weekly show where we just talk with the Dan-Ans?
Live.
Yeah. Well, how else would we do it?
Take questions.
Yeah, but nobody's going to submit it. Unless they're there interacting with us, they don't like to really do that.
No, I know.
Because they don't like to commit.
I feel like we've talked about doing that before.
We have talked about it before, but we never pulled the trigger on it. The stream was going down right at the end there, which it's a good thing that we were wrapping up. But I want to make sure we're running smooth before I play the outro. Because the Dan-Ans are used to the brown gloves. The Dan-Ans are used to heavy
That's
rotation.
the intro.
It
Brown
is.
gloves is the intro. We do a different.
But they've had heavy rotation. They've had all these things. It's time for a new outro. We love you, Dan-Ans.
This is amazing! My mind is blown! Well, it's been good talking to you.